Hello, my name is Steven Stitt, and I'm a Full Sail University graduate with an associate degree in graphic design. And I'm here today to explain why it would be beneficial to allow me to work with you as a graphic designer. I want to be a part of your company because I've been following DC Comics since I was 5 years old, and just the idea of possibly working with the people that were and still are such a big part of my life is thrilling. My first experience with DC Comics that inspired me was when I was 7 years old and my dad took me to a comic book store to get a comic, and I picked up the first Flashpoint issue that had just come out. At the time, this was my first and only comic, so I would read it over and over, looking at every detail and panel and analyzing them like someone was paying me to do it. But no one was. I was genuinely gripped by this comic, and at some point, I knew I was going to one day make something that would genuinely grip someone, just as this first comic had done to me. By the end of this presentation, I hope to convince you that we could create great things when working together. What I plan to do with you is design graphics for your websites, comics, advertisements, and anything you need a graphic artist to do. During my time at Full Sail University, I developed many skills and made a professional portfolio made up of multiple projects I took on at Full Sail. Skills I've learned during my education include concepts in advertising, media integration, graphic web design, logos, symbols, color theory, creative presentation, digital publishing, and techniques in art direction. These are not my only skills, but they are the skills I feel I needed for the position I want to fill. I also learned how to use software such as Photoshop, Illustrator, Photographer, and Final Cut Pro. I learned to use hardware such as an Apple MacBook Pro, iPad, and Sony Alpha A6000 camera as well. The projects I worked on during my years at the university had us do large amounts of research and access everything we learned up to that point of the project. One such project that I got to work on during my time at Full Sail University was a project that required us to design the cover of a book where we were only given the title of the book. I really enjoyed this project because it allowed me to do something like what I've been wanting to do at DC Comics, design covers for books and comic books. These experiences have given me every tool I would need, from creating a presentation to working with a group of people to create a professional graphic design. And the projects I felt were giants compared to previous work now are some of my greatest works. I also have many experiences with freelancing and designing for individuals, small companies, and even some bigger companies. One client I had was a small tattoo business that wanted a logo design for their recent company. They gave me around 3 days to do the design, which was the usual time frame I would be given for something like this, and they wanted me to design a logo that embodied their tattoo shop. I gave them around 3 different designs for them to look at, and they seemed really satisfied by my work and ended up using one of my logos. Now, as that tattoo shop keeps using my logo, I will always have my work out there in the real world representing someone and their brand, which is an amazing feeling to have. DC Comics' job is to create content that will entertain kids and adults alike. When I was a kid, that's what they did for me. They entertained me and even inspired me. As I said in the beginning, I want to help create something that will inspire someone just as my first comic inspired me, and I want to work together to complete this shared goal to create. We could create great things when working together, and I hope you're able to see that as well. Thank you for hearing what I have to say, and I hope we can talk again soon.